I learned is that whenever you run, there are many things that can cause limitations and cause your time to go slower. Now, you might say, well, what does this matter? Who cares if you could run fast? I'm not trying to run fast. Matter of fact, I have a Ferrari in the garage and I don't need to run fast. I just need to maybe just tone up just a little bit. Whatever. Okay. The point of this is that in our walk with Christ, there are many things that can limit us. But also at the same time, there's many things that can benefit us. There's a parallel to be drawn between every single thing in life. God could probably put one shoestring and it fit through every single category. Like, I don't know why I veered, because it's straight. I'm telling you, everything connects to God. You know what I'm saying? So, in this, I've learned that your heart is a limitation. Your heart's a limitation. Your bodily energy is a limitation. Your belief is a limitation. Go figure, it's a limitation. What else could I say? Your motivation, it's a limitation. So whenever he says seek his kingdom and his righteousness and all things will be added onto you, he truly means that. The reason why he means that is because he knows how we're designed. He knows that if I eat 10 donuts, I'm probably not going to be good in a track meet, and I'm probably not going to be good at a business meeting, and I'm probably not going to be good spreading the gospel. Just something as simple as that. Just, putting the right fuel in my body to have the right energy. If I don't believe something is possible, could that really happen? Like seriously, like genuine belief that something is possible. Like if I think it's genuinely impossible, it's not going to happen. And that's partially through strategy. That's partially through practice, obviously. That's repetition. We have to do something quite a few times before it becomes a pattern, before it becomes a part of our life and something that is foundational to us. Like reading the Bible, prayer. These things aren't really essential, to be honest, at the beginning of a walk with Christ. But as we keep going, we need to endure. And we're like, I can't endure with this, prayer saying, thank you for waking me up. I gotta, get you the rundown, man. I got this going on, and, man, what the heck? What's this? I don't care so much anymore. I got your peace now. Maybe I don't need to say so much in a prayer. Oh, wow. Maybe I don't need to read 15 chapters. I just need to really ingest this chapter that's right in front of me. These one or two chapters right in front of me today. We have this mind that's so limited and the possibilities. And so God's got to take us through the Red Sea. He's got to part that sea for you to realize what's really possible. He's got to open your eyes to some moments where you're like, how the heck did that even happen? And really recognize on how unlimited God is. Not only him himself, but in our lives. He's unlimited. But it's a heart posture, right? If my heart's getting worked up, my body is limited. So automatically I'm physically limited. What's part of our physical? Our brains. The only thing that's not physical is our soul. But we ultimately know we're the driving factor in our soul. We choose what is entering into our soul. Our soul doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, your soul does do things, but, you know what I'm saying? We ultimately are the driving factor in what the soul is going towards. And ultimately, we know what does feel right. We do have that intuition. We do have that deep feeling and knowing. But with all this I'm saying is that the connection between everything exists. It does matter what you put into your body. It does matter what you think is possible. It does matter how hard you are on yourself. Everything matters. And this is how I've probably opened it up to the most. It's through my mistakes. And it's through I won't say lack of mercy or grace, but as I get older in my body, I'm able to hold on to fat a little better. I just, damn, and the appetite does not cease. So in that same way, we have to recognize that God, one, can redeem the time through the wisdom that we learn through what is happening in our lives and has happened. He can use it easy. So definitely don't look at your age as any indicator of anything besides the fact that you have the opportunity right now to make that choice to do better than you've ever done before. And it comes through asking God questions on why we do what we do. I'm going to be honest, I'm getting a bit distracted looking at this line across my screen. I'm going to ignore it though. Man, back on track. Sorry, that's my flesh right there. I'm gonna have some grace on myself, obviously, but the connection between everything is going to ultimately determine how fast we're going to go. But that's also coming from a place that we have to be okay with competition. Who's to the left or right of you? Who's passing you? If they're passing you, are you going to try to reach out further with your leg, or are you going to push down harder and you're going to stand on what you are? Because when you stand hard on what you are, when you really lean into where you are, when you lean into your circumstance, it's another strength. It's another glory to give God. Because it's not about, yes, obviously we want to do great things. We want to do big things. But we can't all the way be absorbed in the competitive nature of this world. Yes, we want power. Yes, we want great things and we want dominion. But where are you? Where's your mind when somebody else is passing you? Where's your mind in that? It's a continual mental battle in that area, and even spiritual, because I recognize when I run, whenever I realize that there's no control over this pain, it gets easier. Whenever I allow myself to just fall into the ground, whenever I allow my body to stop tensing up and just drop, my body recognizes it as, oh, I can go harder. I can do better. But you know what happens whenever I push harder? My body fights back against me. I actually injured myself because I pushed myself too hard before. And also, injuries happen for it's connection. I'm going to tell you it's connection. Like, if you have a pride issue, you might injure your shoulder at some point. Like, if it's really become a problem, it might be a place. If you've ever injured your shoulder, you feel humbling. You feel humbled. You ever injure your ankle, you're like angry. You're frustrated, maybe even depressed. And that shows the deep-rooted issue. There's connections everywhere. I mean, to know all knowledge is not possible. I don't know enough. And so, with me not knowing enough, I'm going to wrap myself up here, because I do know that our attention spans probably don't last longer than 10 minutes on average. And my charisma is kind of fading on me. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about some analogies. We're going to talk about some running. I appreciate you for listening this far. But more work to do, more seeking to do, and more enduring to do. As we go on this race, we're going to have to let things go. We're going to have to change things, change the way we live, change the way we eat, change the way we think, so that ultimately we can finish the race and finish it strong and not finish it faint, so we can finish it long suffering. God says he can make you fat. Now, if you know about fat, when you're running endurance, it actually causes you to run for longer, endure for longer. So, with that being said, I know there's always going to be more I need to say, so just listen to what I say and, branch off and make your own ideas on it. I know I'm not going to perfectly make this video, and I'm not going to do it again either. So, just here's some things I said here by the Spirit, and, I feel the Spirit, flowing in me, but obviously, as good practice of being a Christian, I ask that you test the Spirit and, be blessed by, whatever it is that God might drop into you. But just know that the Bible, the Word, prayer, actually seeking and asking him questions and looking in your own life is always going to be way more powerful than any word I'll ever speak. God bless.